All right, so recently I've had a lot of people asking about early morning training, or the way that they're putting it is training fasted, right? And the recommendation usually for me when we're talking about training fasted is essentially don't train fasted, right? Don't go in there without anything to eat. And I know that's a popular thing right now to do, fasting for multiple different reasons, but the reality is if we're trying to build muscle, we want to have some level of support there to be able to drive performance, recovery, and making sure that we're getting the best quality sessions in. So this is what I do personally every morning. I train usually around 6, 7 a.m. depending on the day. And here's a few things that I think everybody would benefit from when we're training early morning. So we're going to skip fasting, but we're also going to skip food, right? And with that, we're going to want a solid essential amino acid. This is one that I've been using for a long time. It tastes amazing. I always get the raspberry flavor. It reminds me of a raspberry iced tea, but essentially a good essential amino acid is just going to be the key that we want in terms of signaling for protein synthesis and basically muscle preservation and helping to reduce some of the muscle breakdown, okay? So more efficient recovery. So I usually have a scoop of this upon waking with 32 ounces of water, and then another scoop intra-workout with 32 ounces of water. And then I have my carb supplement, which right now I have demo day. This is one where this one's actually got a mixture of a few different carbohydrates, but essentially all you're looking for is a very easy to digest carbohydrate, which most carbohydrate supplements are, that is really just going to make sure that we're fueling blood sugar and having a better response from a central nervous system perspective, and essentially, again, reducing the amount of volume that we would be putting in our stomach if we were sitting down to have a large carbohydrate meal, or even something that's relatively small and easy to eat like a cream of rice or so on and so forth. This is still going to dramatically reduce the overall volume or overall intake, so it's not sitting on your stomach. It's a lot easier to digest in the way that it works. I have these two, again, upon waking with 32 ounces of water. I have about 15 grams of carbohydrates here and 1 scoop of this. And then I will throw in for myself an 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Salt's another awesome opportunity to be able to, boost blood volume to allow for better pumps, muscle contractility, and essentially cell volumization. And then prior to training or with that intra-workout shake, I also added a pre-workout. This is a non-stimulant pre-workout, which is essentially just going to make sure that we enhance focus and make sure that we can enhance kind of, I'll use for the lack of better verbiage, our intensity level in the gym. And this is also going to have other things in there that might drive a little bit of performance, in other ways, whether that's blood flow, some of the other ingredients in here, like maybe beta-alanine helping to buffer lactic acid production. But again, the main concept for me with something like this is to get a little bit more of that nootropic effect or a little bit more mental focus or cognition out of it. All of these I got from Aries Nutrition. Pat sends me an order every single month, and he actually, there's a ton of different options there. Last time I think he sent me a Carb HD is one that I have a lot of clients use. There's 1,000,001 different essential amino acids you can use there, and 1,000,001 different stim products. Another thing that I use is coffee for my caffeine kick, and then caffeine pills as well. I'll grab just one of these caffeine pills with a regular cup of coffee. I enjoy something that's a little bit more tolerable, or something that I can manipulate a little bit easier. Some of the pre-workouts, I'm not getting the full benefit when I'm using a smaller scoop, but sometimes I need to do that in order to, reduce the overall caffeine or stimulant intake. I don't like to feel too crazy when I'm training. I like a good smooth energy and something that allows me to go in there and actually enjoy my session, not feel like I'm either gonna shit my pants or have a heart attack. All right, so again, that's where I might use an extra 100 milligrams of caffeine if I need an extra boost. Otherwise, I'm just having a cup of coffee with all of this as kind of my standard morning shake and protocol for training when I haven't eaten anything, all right?